What is up, guys? In this video we're going to be talking about product pricing and how it completely can change whether your product sells or it doesn't sell. So if you're interested in actually making money on Amazon and doing it correctly, then stay tuned and we will get right into it. Alright, so basically we are going to be talking about how you price your product correctly so you can actually make sales. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know this, but there is a lot of psychology that goes behind selling products on Amazon. You have to put yourself in the position of the buyer to really understand what I'm talking about and understand how one product could be more appealing than another product, even if that one product is more money. So I do not want to hear anyone else tell me that they are gonna go with the strategy of running all their competition out of business because they are pricing their products so low. And in their head, they think, oh, if my products are priced so low and lower than the competition, then people are going to buy my products over the competition's products. And that is not true. So I'm already going to assume that you did all the proper product research and you have a good product and you know what you're doing and everything else is good, your listing is good. So we are only going to be talking about how to price your product because that can be a complete killer when it comes to being successful and not successful with a product. I don't even care if your product is gold, if it's perfect, if your listing's perfect. If you don't know how to correctly price it, then all that will be thrown out the window. Now, right now, I want you to picture yourself on Amazon shopping for an item. So let's say you are shopping for a water container that you either plastic or metal that you fill up with water and you can drink it throughout the day or whatever. That's what you're in the market for, and you typed in water container on Amazon and all these different listing results came up. So now you as a buyer, you have to make the decision on which one you want to buy. And let's say you came across a few of the top listings and one of the listings looks like this. Now, if the listing looks like this, you're gonna think, okay, we're gonna consider it and then move on and see what else there is. And let's say another one of the top listings, they look like this. Now, if you guys can see the subtle difference in between the two, so from this to this, you're gonna see that one may be a little bit more appealing to you. Now, you need to start thinking, what is making me more appealed to one item over another? There are a few different factors that we can play with to mess with the human psychology to get more buyers to actually buy our product. And now I'm gonna be telling you guys those. So number one, we can mess with bundling or adding items. So that means you're adding extra value to your product, and this will actually, in the long run, make you even more money as well. So now let's say that we are that seller for that water container, and everyone else is selling, and we want to find a way to add a little bit more value. So what we can do is we can look at all the other listings of all of our competition that are selling these water containers. So on Amazon, they supply us with a free tool that we can take advantage of, and it tells us below one of our listings or our competitors' listings what the buyer is frequently buying with that water container. So I'm gonna leave a picture up right here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. And with that information, we can see what most buyers are buying along with the water container. So let's say we see that with the water container, most buyers are also buying a straw for it. Let's say one of those hard plastic straws that are reusable. In that case, we can see that a lot of people want that straw with that container. Then we can go and source that straw for very cheap. And then we can add it with our water container to give that extra value. So now most customers were going to buy the two anyways. And now they're gonna be scrolling through this main page of water containers. They're gonna come across your listing with the water container and also see that it comes with a straw. And your price may only be a little bit higher or maybe even the same or a lot higher even. So this is where it comes into play where you could make a lot more money by bundling something so small and so cheap. Now our water container listing, let's say we were gonna sell it for $10 and all the competition is selling it for $10. Now that we added that extra value with that straw that most likely everyone was already going to buy, now we can possibly raise up the price a few dollars, maybe even up to $3 or $4. And that straw, to source it, was probably only 30 cents a unit or less. So we're only paying 30 cents extra for that straw, but we are charging $5 more or $4 more. So in the long run, we're gonna be making a lot more money by just bundling something so small and so cheap that most likely everyone else was going to buy anyways. And we take advantage of that information that we can get by seeing what the frequently bought items were with our competitors' listings. Now, number two, you can also give that perception of more value or better value by your product packaging or by your pictures. So on your listing, you can have one of two pictures. We can either have a picture that looks like this, and this picture is going to look very basic, very generic, and not very eye-catching, and it's not gonna give you that perception of extra value. And then we can have a picture like this that is going to make us think that we're getting more value simply because it's more extravagant, it's more eye-catching, and it's more appealing, and it gives you that extra sense of value or quality. So just by changing your pictures a little bit, you can possibly raise your price a little bit more than the competition because you look like you have that perception of extra value, or you look like you have more quality. Now, this also works for product packaging. So if you want to post pictures of your product with the packaging, this is a good idea to do as long as you are proud of your product packaging and it is very good. So if your product packaging looks like this, then we probably don't want to post it anywhere near our listing because it's not going to give that perception of value and it's not appealing to the customer's eye. And it's probably going to make them want to buy it less, actually. Then if you have product packaging that looks like this, then we are probably going to want to show that to our buyer. We're going to want to post it in our pictures or along with the product, or maybe the product in the box, or whatever you guys want to do. Be creative, does not matter. But now that we have that extravagant packaging, that extra packaging that looks like there's more value to it, looks like it's a higher quality item, looks like the product may last longer. So this is all perception. This is all what our brain tells us, but it doesn't even mean it's true. So this custom packaging can only cost you maybe 30 cents more. It really depends on what you're selling, but say it only costs you 30 cents more each unit to get that good looking product packaging. We can then possibly raise our prices by multiple dollars, maybe $3, $4, $5, just simply because our packaging looks better than the competition. And that is going to make the buyer want to pick ours because we give a perception of more value. So there really is no definite answer of me saying, oh, you need to price it higher than competition, or the same as competition, or lower than competition. I can give you a general idea of how it should be, but for the most part, you need to test the pricing on your own. The only way you're gonna find out if a certain price is going to work better than others for your product is to actually test the price and see how the market responds to it. So if you want to make your price lower for a week and see if it sells, and if it doesn't sell, if it sells, then good, stick with it. If it doesn't sell, then move on, try to maybe push up your price, because it could work better if you do push up your price to maybe what the competition is selling at, and then see if it sells. If it doesn't sell, then we might want to try higher than the competition. And at that point, if it doesn't sell, then we need to tweak a few things or see if we mess something up along the way. So when it comes to the psychology of selling to people on Amazon, there is a lot that goes into it that a lot of sellers don't utilize. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll leave my email right here for you guys, and I will answer any questions you guys have for me. Just send me them on email and we can figure it out, and I will be glad to help any of you out. So my ultimate advice to you is try and accomplish those two different ways of giving that extra perception of value. Make sure you have that product packaging that looks really good, and also include something small with the item that is already a frequently bought item by the same buyers. Now, once you have those two things done and ready to go with your product, then we are going to post the product, and then that's when we are going to play around with the pricing. You can start a little bit higher than the competition, especially if you accomplish those two things correctly. You should be able to sell higher than the competition. And if that doesn't work, then you can start messing around. But most likely, if you do those two things, then you will be able to sell higher than your competition. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys learned something new, and if you did, make sure you go down below, click on that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. And last but not least, go down below and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions. And let me know if you subscribed, and I respond to every single comment. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. And let me know if you have any other future ideas or certain things you want me to teach in the next video. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.